All right, boys and girls, now we're going to move on to example two. Example two, checkpoint. It's actually a continuation from the example above, and you guys can look at that in your book on page 405. Basically, it says rework example two for a pole that tilts away from the sun under the same conditions. Okay, so they didn't give us a picture, but they gave us a picture in example two above, and you guys can look at that on figure 6.1. And basically, everything that we're going to have the same is angle A, which is 43 degrees, and side C, which is 22 feet. That's going to maintain the same, okay? And basically what they want from you is how tall the pole is. So A is going to be the height of the pole, okay? So we want this one. And since they're not asking us to find all the angles and all the sides, we don't really care for B, okay? But A is going to be represent the height of the pole, okay? And again, you can look at section 6.1, the example right above, for the figure 6.1 for the drawing, and then make sure you look at example 2 for the for that particular problem, okay? So they give us an angle 43 degrees, they give us a side 22 feet, but they also say that the pole is going to be tilting away from the sun, but it says under the same condition. So if you look at the example, that one is 8 degrees towards the sun. So that one's leaning this way. So since it's going to be from away from the sun, it's going this way. So a pole would normally be vertical. Like, let me do it in a red marker, okay? A pole would normally be, vertical 90 degrees. It would be straight up, okay? And then if when it was leaning towards the sun, we would be adding 8 degrees towards it. So it was at 98 degrees here. But since it's moving away from the sun, we're going to be moving in this direction. Okay. So this is the height we want. So basically, in order to get angle B, what you're going to do is basically take 90 degrees and subtract 8 degrees. And in doing so, you're going to end up with 82 degrees. So in a way, this is technically given to you, okay? It might not be given to you in the sense that they tell you it's 82 degrees, but you do the math this way, okay? So we have this angle, okay? So all we have to find in this example is angle C and side A, just those two, okay? So technically they give us an angle, a side, and an angle here, okay? And honestly, you're going to use the same thing you did before, so this should be fairly easy. You're going to use the law of sines, okay? So since we have A, we're going to use A sine of A, and I meant to say since we need to find A, okay? And then notice we have C, but we don't have B, but we have angle B, but we don't have angle C. Now, right off the bat, the first thing you can find is this angle, okay? Remember, all three angles in a triangle add up to 180. So 180 minus 82 minus 43, that will give me 55, okay? So 55 is angle C. So I'm going to put 55 here, okay? So now that I have angle C and I have side C, then I'm going to use C over sine of C, okay? So this is my ratio or my proportion that I'm going to use. So I'm looking for A, so A is going to be here, and then we're going to have C over sine of C times sine of A, okay? Sorry, I just had to move that. So now I'm just going to substitute all my values. So A equals C, which is 22 feet, over sine of 55 degrees times sine of 43 degrees, okay? And I'm just going to use my calculator to figure that out. So let me turn it on. It is in degrees, so I'm good. And then I'm going to write 22 divided by sine of 55, and then times sine of 43. and that's 18.31. But if I round it, I'm going to go with 18.32. Okay, so A is approximately 18.32 feet. Okay, and what we basically found there was the height of the pole. Okay, so 18.32 feet. Okay, and that's example 2 checkpoint. I'm going to go ahead and do one more example for you. Okay. If you feel confident, you can try one on your own.